So we're getting in some cardio. It's not stopped sweating yet. Did the morning gym stuff. Got after it. Plus touch cardio. I was there plus a little bit more. Then I got home, finished a outside deck project. And in that time, I had time to think. Let's see. Wave at the neighbors here. But I had time to think about something. So I listened to Alan Roberts, guy from Every Damn Day Fitness, talking to some people about Jordan Peterson. What caused me to fall down that hole was he had made a short video about or surrounding a string cap tweet calling Jordan Peterson a pussy. I figured, initial thought was, figured they'd agree on more than they'd disagree. Wonder why he thinks Peterson's a pussy. Scrolled down, found the video where they're talking about it. And I'll be goddamned if he's not right, at least to some degree. So, basically, Peterson doesn't live out the stuff he's been teaching to men. I understand that. I can see why you would think someone's a pussy for not doing what they preach. And furthered the thought of, who are your idols? Who are the people you hold in high regard? And why do you hold them in high regard? Because I'm not gonna lie, really like everything that I've heard Peterson say, and I've not disagreed with much that he's written. I haven't read all of the 12 rules or any of his other stuff, but I've read a handful, articles and listened to lectures, and I can get down with 98% of it, but he talks about being that monster, being that scary thing and maintaining control of it. And I'm ripping off Alan Roberts' talking points, but I mean, for fuck's sake, he said it really well. Might as well, use what he's already come up with. But he talks about the monster, but he isn't. And if you wrap your personality and persona around somebody and you have this idol to look forward to or look up to, are they doing the things they talk about? This is gonna be shaky as shit, isn't it? Sure is. Oh well. But are they doing what they preach? Is it, be a monster, go forth and take back your freedoms, and then curl and kowtow to the government and say, oh, but I did the thing you told me to do, that I could have my freedoms back. Can I please have them back now? That's bullshit. That's horseshit. And, thankfully I didn't, my day wasn't ruined or anything like that, because I didn't have Peterson sitting on an ivory pedestal like a lot of people do. But, that made me think, who are your idols? Why are they there? And why did you put them there? Do you think Henry Rollins is the best punk rock philosopher of all time? Well, I mean, for God's sakes. I like his shit. But I knocked him down off his pedestal a long time ago. Because I realized he would talk a big game about personal freedom and personal liberty. Stuff like that, the original punk rock and hardcore ethos of controlling your own destiny and not allowing someone to come and tell you you're wrong or change the way you're living if you're not harming yourself or others or anything like that. I got down with that pretty good, and then his actions said otherwise. Do you like Jocko Willink? You know, Henry Rollins' twin or clone from a divergent universe that went to be a SEAL. His books are really good. He has a very good point. A lot of the stuff that he says and does are documented. You know, when he does the stuff, he actually, does it. It's documented. For God's sakes, the man opened or at least assisted in opening a company in Maine to make American products for Americans. It's pretty awesome. But I'm going to tell you this. If anything ever comes out to where his actions don't align with the whole discipline equals freedom thing, and I'm not talking you have a slip as a human, I'm talking you're an out and out hypocrite, I won't be surprised. But he's not going to fall. He's not going to fall off a pedestal that I put him on. I hung my idols off their pedestal a long time ago. Because in my mind, really, if there's anybody I need to look up to, it needs to be me. Sure, you got your father figures, your actual fathers, your grandfathers. Those are great men in some ways to aspire to be. But you've probably personally witnessed their own hypocrisy. Them specifically going against their own thoughts for the betterment of themselves. Going against their own ideals just for the betterment of themselves. That's the human condition. It's understandable. That's why you don't have an idol. That's why you don't hold somebody in such high regard. They're beyond being chastised. Like, tomorrow me is always going to be a little bit more of a bad motherfucker than today me is. Today me can definitely whoop yesterday me's ass. That's what we strive towards every day. Don't put yourself, I guess I'd say don't put yourself on a pedestal, your future self on a pedestal. But put them upgrade from you. So you're always having to work for it and strive for it. And as you're moving forward and up, you know what? You might pass your future self on the footpath because your future self is going to fail. It's going to fall back. But you don't need to let that discourage you. If in fact, it should encourage you. Because if you meet yourself along the way, that's probably the lowest you'll get in the future. When you're doing pretty great and you're 10 years into making your life better, making your body better, making your wallet better. You're 10 years into that and you fall back to where you were 7 years into your process, and that's the lowest point of that 10 years outside of the start, where you look at it and you go, how the fuck did I get here? You can take solace in the fact of your lowest point right now is your highest point 3 years ago. So take your failings and your missteps and use those as a learning point. Because we're all going to fail. It's going to happen. Can't be perfect all the time. Or can you? crazy man ramble into his iPhone. So, we're just gonna keep walking. Got some stuff we've got to do tonight, or this afternoon before I go to work. I felt compelled to do the things. This is the most worthless selfie stick ever. It's all wobbly and jiggly. Go back to using my broken one. That one's a lot more stable. That's good. This will be the good tripod. So, I guess we'll keep thinking. Keep thinking out loud. I feel like I've got enough time before the rain. And if not, hey, guess what? We get to run and walk in the rain. I ain't mad at that. It's like a shower that you ain't gotta pay for. But, so why do we have idols? Why do we have people we put on pedestals and look up towards? We're gonna 86 this selfie stick here in a second. But, so why do we have those? Well, because they're good examples of what you can do /be /become, all those slashy things. My shins are killing me. But it's no big deal. It's just pain, it's temporary, it'll go away. Just weak, not like a medical thing. So, we have idols and stuff like that. Ooh, I got mail. Cool. Well, it's because it's an example of what we could be. And I get that. But you think so little of yourself that you have to apply what you want to do, be, or become through the filter of another human being. You see where I'm getting? It's kind of some horse shit. You should think better of yourself. Think higher of yourself. Don't think, I want to be like such and such, or who's his dick, or what's her boobs. You should just want to be what that person does. Just a version of you. Put your own flavor on it. Screw being, the next Jocko or the next Terrence Pop. If you got some kind of idol of any sort, stop thinking about trying to be them. Because you're not. You're not going to be that person. You're not going to be that guy. But what you are going to be is you. If 10 years from now, you want to be better, harder, faster, stronger, all that shit, smarter, you're not going to be Jordan Peterson's brain wrapped in Jocko Willink's body with the energy of Iggy Pop. Although that is a terrifying combination. What we are going to be is you. That's the important part. You should always strive to be you. The best version of you possible, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. And you don't get that way by wishing and hoping. You get that way by constantly and just chronically doing. Does that mean you have to be thoughtful of every action and reaction you have? It's kind of the fucking point. You want to think about how you react. Now, if it's a bus coming and you're standing in the middle of the road, made myself paranoid. If it's a bus coming and you're standing in the middle of the road, you don't have to think about that shit. You just move. But everything else, that isn't life-threatening, think about how you're thinking. Metacognition. That's my $5 word for the day. Think about your thinking. Figure out how and why, all those reasons you're reacting in a certain way. Why does your gut want to immediately get defensive when somebody asks either how this got fucked up or who fucked this up? Why are you immediately defensive? Is it because you fucked it up? Well, if you fucked it up, stand up to it. Own up to it. Say, yeah, that was me. Fucked it up. What did I fuck up? All right. Thank you for letting me know it was jacked up. Either A, I didn't realize it, or you know what, B, yeah, I just didn't care. And then you can start figuring out why you didn't care or why you didn't know. Is it because you weren't paying attention? Well, maybe. Is it because you had a bad teacher? Maybe. But that's not important outside of identifying how to make solutions. You're not going to go to that person to learn anymore. You're going to start making a point to give a shit. You're going to start making a point to double check what you've been taught. So think about your thinking. Figure out why you are who you are. And if you can figure out why you are who you are, you can figure out how to be that better version of you. So, don't waste a day. Don't waste any day. Squeeze out every little bit of your life you can. Because to be frank, you don't know when you're getting hit by a gravel truck. You don't know when you're getting struck by lightning. You don't know when your aorta decides to unzip itself and you lose all hydraulic pressure internally. You have no idea. So make the best of it. Do as much as you physically can get in. Just get after it. There's time to rest. Your body will make you rest. You didn't get enough sleep? Well, if you've got long enough to sit still, your body will eke that sleep back out of you. You'll take a nap involuntarily. But rest days are just rest days from exercising for the sake of exercising. They're days for you to still do, still apply that meat suit and that thinking meat. Solve your problems, fix your world. Because that's the only way you can fix the world, is by fixing your world first. Because once your world is squared away, you have the ability to step in and help somebody else. And you fix the whole world, one world at a time. And that's my hippy-dippy-do ending.